Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Mike. I am now streaming, believe it or not. I apologize for the delay. If you could have seen what's been going on in the background here, you'd be like, geez, dude, you have no idea how to manage your time now, do you? And you know what? You'd be 110% right. But, yeah, I just haven't eaten all day today, and I decided to start cooking some chili. So, traffic and whatever else, but I am here, and I promise I will not be taking up much of your time because there are there are a few books. There's some good books, but there's few. There are few of them. So, and this is also the first week of May, which is also the 4th. So that will be I will hear it ad nauseum. May the 4th be with you. May the 4th be with you. May the 4th be with you. And there it is. But it is the 4th, and there will be some comics out, and I'm about to show you exactly what there will be as I stall for time to open up my fruit punch and take a swig before I start talking about the DC books that are coming out, because there are DC, there are Marvel, and then there are a couple of independent books. Not too many, but there are a few. So let me get a swig here, and then we will start. All right, let's see. Here we go. Whoops. OBS. I love OBS. Also, I do see here. Let's see. Is it showing? Yes, there it is. I don't know how well it's showing, but let me see. I gotta wait for it to pop up on the monitor because apparently Twidget is no more, and I'm using an outdated app. But you know what? I'm gonna die going down. There it is. But at least you can see that Spencer says, "Hey yo, what's up, Spencer? How's it going?" Yeah, it's really not. It's not formatting well. But although this one did for some reason, I don't know why. I guess it just didn't like Spencer's avatar. It's the Joker, so I could understand why. Although if it's the comic book Joker, then that would be acceptable. But if it's the the quote unquote Joker from the last rendition of him that we got, not the one that was in the deleted scene from the Batman, but the one from the movie, the quote unquote comic book movie, the Joker. I'm going to say that. Usually, like with penultimate, which is a favorite word of mine, I think I'm in a quote-unquote thing mood right now. And Paul says, that snare gets me every time. Yeah, I was going to loop something else, but, my time management skills are just non-existent. So, anyways, enough rambling. Here we go. We're going to start with DC. And, of course, why wouldn't we start with Batman? This is issue number 123. And this is cover A by Howard Porter, and it's also part of the Shadow War crossover that's been going on right now, which has been pretty good, actually. I like the art. I mean, it's kind of, there was a shocking page in the first issue, but for some reason, if you read comics, then you know where it's going to go or whatever, but it was kind of shocking for the moment there, so yeah. And here is part 2. Here's cover B by Gabriel Delato. And you know what? Actually, let me see if this says, because it does say in the, it just says Shadow War. But this is a cardstock variant. Gabriel Delato, for some reason, used to be like the ratio variants, like, 125, 1 in 50, 1 in 100, whatever. And now all of a sudden they're doing the common variants. And you know what? I'm okay with that because I dig his stuff. Here we have Batman Beyond. This is Neo Year number 2. This is a 6-issue miniseries. This is cover A. Does it say who it's by? Max Dunbar. There we go. And this is cover B. I want to say maybe Christian Ward. Yes, Christian Ward. My record is intact. Here we have Batman Beyond the White Knight number 1. This is a second printing for those of you that didn't get the first printing, because apparently, according to Sean Gordon Murphy, that there was they were short printed or something like that, or there weren't too many orders that were printed. So number 1 became worth money on the day it came out. Also, let's see. Oh, apparently I am Italian now. Well, Michele, I do enjoy your babbles. Alex Ross Joker, yes, Alex Ross. Probably my favorite artist. Well, I mean, I can't, if I had to distill it down to a favorite, like, it would definitely be George Perez. I mean, trying to, like, and there's a bunch. There's like a whole bunch of artists that I dig. So I wouldn't be able to just pick one. And Alex is in that group there. And then Jessica corrected herself by saying, Michael, the correct spelling and pronunciation right there. Spencer says, I read the first couple of parts of Shadow War. Going to be checking out the rest. Yes, do that, young man. Here we go. This is Batman Killing Time, number 3. This is the halfway point for this Tom King, David Marquez miniseries, and this is the David Marquez cover right here. I am probably going to wait until they're all out before reading this, which I don't normally do, but I don't know why. I think I'm just going to. No reason in particular, just, yeah. And here is the KN variant, which I usually like KN's cover, but I don't know. I'm not feeling this one a little bit. I mean, maybe because it's Batman, but... And also, I mean, look, not to be too critical, because, again, I do love his art, but there's too much space, you know, from where the cowl is up to the top. I mean, you know, it's just... I don't know. There's just too much space there. But you know what? He's a good artist. I do dig his stuff, and I'm gonna learn his name. Goddammit! Even if I have to go to New York Comic Con specifically just to find him and ask him how to pronounce his name phonetically. Here we have Legends of Tomorrow. This kind of sucks, okay? Because I'm one of the few people that probably still continued to watch continued to watch and enjoy Legends of Tomorrow, and last week they canceled it with another show who I'm pretty sure deserved to be canceled from what I've heard. But then again, I don't know if it's really based on people that have actually watched the show, or you know, the other ilk on YouTube, little section of that fandom, because there's a female that's starring it and whatever, you know, all that other nonsense. But Legends of Tomorrow was a fun show. Fun, capital F. And to put out the comic book that's based on, it just sucks. Because this entire miniseries, now granted it is on issue number 3, so they are halfway done, but this entire miniseries is predicated on the fact that there are CW shows to do it, because what they're going to do is they're going to do 5 issues. The first one was Batgirl, second one Superman and Lois, third one is Legends, fourth one I think is Stargirl, and the fifth one might be Naomi. And then they're going to do the 6th issue, which is going to cross them all over. But now, like, you know, too soon, man. Too soon. But here we have, and this was promo art for the show. This is, it doesn't say who did the art, but it is a cardstock variant. So, and they did end it kind of on a cliffhanger, sort of. So, yeah. Flashpoint Beyond, number 1. This is the first, well, actually, technically, it's the second of this 6-issue miniseries, because there was also a issue number 0. And this is by Mitch Gerads. And here we have a B cover by Ed Monico. Here we have Hardware, Season 1, number 5 of 6. So that makes this the penultimate issue. And this is a Mateus Manhanini, yes, cover right here. And here is the B cover by Edwin Galman, and it's also a cardstock variant cover. Monkey Prince, seems like it's been going on forever, but this is issue number 4 by Bernard Chang. And then we have this B cover, which is actually pretty cool, if I can get to it. Oops, sorry about that. By Dyke Ruin. I guess that's how you say their name. I don't know. I promise I'm going to find this out. And here is a C cover by Marcus Toe, and this is also an AAPI cardstock variant. Up next, we have a Nubia Coronation Special number 1. This is a one-shot, and this is a David Mack cover, which is quite awesome. And here is a B cover. This one is by Joshua Swaby. Here we have One Star Squadron. This is the final issue. This is number 6. It was a 6-issue miniseries. Here we have Suicide Squad number 15, which I also believe is the final issue. I could be wrong, but I don't think I am. And this cover is cover A by Eduardo Pansica. And then there is this B cover by Dexter Soy. This is also a cardstock variant cover. Here we have Task Force Z, issue number 7. This is an Eddie Barrows cover, cover A. And here we have a Lucio Perillo cardstock variant for cover B. World of Krypton number 6 is up next, the final issue for the 6-issue miniseries. Miko Suyan and Kat Staggs does the B cover, which actually I do like this after I saw it in person. Actually, Jess is unable to continue drinking beverages for some reason. I don't know why. That's probably a Californian problem there. Here, Spencer says, never checked out Legends of Tomorrow. I want to check it out sometime. You should. I will tell you this, Spence. The first 2 or 3 seasons are very CW-centric, like everything is connected and all that. But then I think it was season 3. That was season 4. It just went batshit crazy. And they just started doing crazy in a good way, crazy stuff. Now, there were some things that were kind of infuriating for me. But you know what? I just went with it. Because life is too short. And Jessica recovered long enough to say that C cover of the monkey is gorgeous. You mean Monkey Prince? And by C, you're talking about the Marcus Toe cover with them singing "Living on a Prayer" by Bon Jovi in karaoke. Yes, I agree. Up next, if I can click the button, there we go. We got Marvel, my friends. Marvel, yeah, we have, I have 2.5 rows. No, I have almost 3 rows of Marvel. So, let me stop, stammering here and get to it. Avengers Forever, number 5 is first right there. I know Aaron Cooter said he was coming back to the series. I don't know if this is the issue he does it in, but, you'll be able to find out on Wednesday. There we have a Lee Garbett, Spider-Man variant. Speaking of Spider-Man, we have the Spider wannabe, Ben Reilly. Here is number 4. This is the penultimate issue of this 5-issue miniseries. This is the Dan Jurgens cover. Here we have... Oh, wait. That was... No, sorry. My bad. This was the regular cover. This was the Dan Jurgens cover. They don't tell me who did the regular cover right there, so I can't tell you. But up next, we have Black Panther Legends number 4. This is a 4-issue miniseries, so this is the final issue, and it looks like the FF are going to be guest starring, and then we have a B cover for that right there. Juni Ba does this variant cover. Here is Carnage number 1. This is a second printing. Oh, there you go. Giant Size X-Men Thunderbird number 1 is right there. There is the B cover, which I actually do like. I like this better than the first one. This is by Charles. I don't know their first name or if that's their last name, but it is Charles right there. Is he in charge? Not sure. Iron Man number 19. This is Alex Ross. Spence, you said this is, I mean, this one in the pantheon of Alex Ross works, I'm not too impressed with this. And again, he does the same thing that KN did for that Batman miniseries. Like, look at all this space that's like, dude, you're Alex freaking Ross, man. You can do stuff with that space. Do something with it. Like, it's just empty. I don't get it. I don't get it. Maestro, World War M, number 3. This is the final Maestro miniseries, apparently, that Peter David is doing. And that right there sucks. But this is issue number 3. We got 2 more issues after this, so let's appreciate what we got, huh? Here we have Marauders, issue number 2. Spider-Man 2099, Exodus Alpha, number 1. That is right there. Not sure who's doing the interiors, and I'm pretty sure Peter David is not writing it, which I'm also kind of bummed about, but, you know, until I get put in charge of Marvel Comics, These things are going to happen. Here we have a Brown variant. Now, I know an Elliott Brown, and I'm trying to think if there's another Brown, but I don't know. I don't remember the first name, but this is their variant, which I also dig. I mean, this one's nice, but this one's a little bit nicer. And then we got this one here. This one here is by Ken Lashley, I believe. Let me see, what are they calling it? Yes, it is Lashley, and it is Lashley 2099 frame variant. See the gold around there, the framey thingy? This is what they did when the 2099 books came out in the 90s. Usually they were all like foil and stuff, and so the frame around it was foil. And this is throwing it back to better days. Star Wars issue number 23 is right here. There are also, well, there's one variant I got up here. This is a Paul Renault Traitor of the Dawn variant. Not sure who that is, but she's on there. And here we have Obi-Wan Kenobi number 1. This is a 5-issue miniseries. And look at this gorgeous cover. I'm almost positive it's by Phil Noto. It is gorgeous. Look at that. Look at this. Look at that. Look at that. This one too. This is the thumbnail. Thankfully, Twitter is an abomination hellscape, but at times, depending on the individual that's posting on there, they will give you a textless, a logoless, a version of the covers. So that way you don't have to do your ghetto Photoshop skills and try to get rid of the logo, and you can just throw that one up there and say, look at this right there. Isn't that awesome? And this is by, Gist, G-I-S-T is the last name. But there's also, I think it's E-M Gist or M-E Gist. Whatever, it's initials, and it's either E-M or M-E. Medical examiner? No, I think it's E-M. But whatever it is, that is Gist. So, yes, that is awesome. And here is a Peach Momoko variant cover. Now, it says it's the Momoko Japanese creator variant. I don't know why they're calling it that, but it is Peach Momoko. She is Japanese, and it is a variant, so a little too on the nose there. Let's see. I do have... Oh, I have one more Marvel book, but since I have... You know what? Let me do the last one. And this is the second printing for Venom Lethal Protector number 1. This is going to be a 5-issue miniseries. And this issue right here, I don't like any of the symbiotes. I don't like any of them. I mean, I can stomach Venom somewhat, depending on who's writing it and who's drawing it. Like Rick Remender's Venom, his take on it with Agent Venom was pretty good. Donny Cage's Venom was pretty good too. But I just, there's nothing there. But this issue here made me feel something for both Venom and Eddie. Like, it was really good because this is a tale from the old days. And I think David, however you say, Michelini, I think he's the one that's writing it. But I did enjoy this. Now, they say this is the artist TBD variant. But honestly, this is just the cover for issue number 1. I think the logo is just a different cover, and that's about it. But, yeah. Here we go. Let's see. What do we got here? Jessica was confirming what I said. This is... Spencer says, I agree. One of his weaker works, referring to Alex Ross, I believe. Here we have, I'll get a trade of all 3 Maestro Series in 1. Read the first issue of the first one. I liked it a good bit. We'll see. Okay, Spencer. Let me tell you something. As an individual who owns a comic book store, I have to say that comment right there, my friend, is quite insulting. Because what you need to do is you need to, when these books come out, you need to, and it's also closely related to this. Because and I'm going to tell you why. First of all, when the first Maestro came out, I believe it was just Maestro. I don't think it was called anything else. The second one, I believe, was War and Pax, and this one is World War M. When the first one came out and the first issue dropped, you're not guaranteed in issue number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5. And you know how I know that? Because back in 2011, 2012, something like that. They did a Captain America limited series. I think it was Captain America and maybe the Howling Commandos. But Cap was he was like cameos. He was doing cameos. It wasn't mainly about him. It was mainly about the supporting characters. And it was a 5-issue miniseries, or 6. It might have been 6. No, it was 6. It was a 6-issue miniseries. Marvel put out the first 4 issues. However, the sales were not big enough for that, so they didn't even finish the miniseries. And there was no trade. So the people, the readers who bought those first 4 issues, never found out what happened in issue number 5 and 6. And Marvel they haven't announced it, they haven't acknowledged it, nothing. So you gotta buy the single issues because you're not guaranteed whether you're guaranteed a completion to the miniseries or a trade. And the other thing is apparently there was also some issues with X Factor. Now, Peter David did a couple runs on X Factor. I mean, since like the 90s, this dude was doing, X Factor is one of the greatest X books that nobody ever read, okay? And the last iteration of X Factor that he did was canceled because people were saying, oh, I'm just going to wait to get the trades. And if you do a Google search, he does address this. This is a documented fact. This isn't something that I pulled out of my ass or just, because I want to make you feel bad or something like that. But this is something that he was legitimately told. So, single issues, man. Single issues. And not only that, but like in the case of like, say, Saga, I'm going to use Saga because Walking Dead fell off as far as their letter column is concerned. But Brian Vaughn's letter column in Saga is almost as good as the book itself, okay? Never mind the fact that his dog Hamburger, what he does is he'll take all the letters in the month that they put in the letter column, throws them on the floor, and lets Hamburger plop on whatever one he does. And when he just plops down on it, he lifts up Hamburger, grabs the letter under there, and he's like, this is the letter of the month. And he picks random shit off his desk and is like, yeah, you get this, you get this. This is an award I won for something or whatever, and this is like little trinkets. So you're missing that out. You're missing out on that when you get the collections, when you get the trades, when you get the hardcovers, when you get the omnibus. Whatever they put out, you're missing out on that. And that's not good. Especially like with that. Granted, it might not be in all the books, only certain books have entertaining letter columns the way they used to back in the day. But, yeah, so you made me go off on a tangent, Spencer. How dare you? And might have read the second as well, don't remember. Yeah, well, see, you would remember it if you read it because it was quite good. When we get to 2099, we'll have a Spider-Man. You know what? Let them do. It's clear they can only do one thing at a time, so we'll cross that road when we get there. Jessica says, I need that Obi-Wan one. And S, I like that one too. Shame, Jessica, using language like that. It's definitely a California. So here we go. There are only a couple of independent books, and this one here is Dune, The Waters of Canley, #1. This is a Christian Ward cover. Does he do the interiors? I do not know. Here we have Firepower, book by Kirkman and Chris Samney, #20. Yeah, see now the majority of the covers that I have for the independent books, they're just variant covers. Like this Firepower has 4, and then there's another title that's coming up that has 3, and then I only have 4 other books besides that. So, but this is cover A. This is by Chris Samney, the artist of the book. Here we have David Finch, right there. This is by Jim Chung, who I continue to say, please do a freaking book. He's only doing covers, man. I want to see him do stuff. And this is Jung, I think it's G? G-I, yes, okay. Jung G. And this is cover D. Then we have Little Monsters by Dustin Nguyen and Jeff Lemire. This is cover A by Dustin Nguyen. And here is cover B by Rafael Sorrentino. I'm assuming it's Rafael Sorrentino because I don't know. There might be another Sorrentino that's in the comic industry. I don't know. It, to be honest with you, doesn't look Sorrentino-ish because Sorrentino has 2 different styles. I've noticed. There's the Old Man Logan style, and then there's the style that's not Old Man Logan. And This doesn't look like either of those. So, here's the other one. Metal Society, #1. Now, I initially didn't order this. I only ordered it on FOC. I think it was because of the art that got me. I don't exactly know what it's about. I think other than maybe boxing in the future. But we'll see. This is cover A by Balbi and Lesko. Sorry, that was cover A. This is cover B by Kalita. And this is cover C. I think this is what did it right here. This is Alan Kwa. And I love his stuff. Here is Mirka Andolfo's Sweet Paprika. This is issue number 9. And this is her cover. I don't know what happened to the other ones because usually they do like 3 or 4 different covers. But yeah, there's only one. And this, I think, is the end of it. Let me see. Is it? Could it? Yes, this is it. This is the final. Righteous Thirst for Vengeance. That's not a good way to end. Thirst for Vengeance? But this is issue number 7. And I believe it's Rick Remender, maybe? Let me see. Let's see. Yeah, Rick Remender. There we go. And yes, I am enjoying it. Oh, you know what? A, that's the TARDIS coming for me. And B, that was YouTube telling me that I'm streaming on my channel. Thank you, guys. That's nice of them, huh? Alrighty, my friends. That is it. Oh, wait. There are 2 more comments by Spencer. Well, if there's 3 miniseries, then Maestro must be selling somewhat well. Yes, but Spence, you can't, like, what if #1 didn't sell? Or maybe, you know what? Maybe that might not be true. That might have been like Marvel's way of saying, yeah, we don't want to do this. I don't know. I'm telling you, though. He made a thing about it because people were bummed when they canceled the last iteration of X Factor. Because, again, every version of X Factor has been good that he's done. And let me tell you something. I enjoyed it. And I'm about to say something that longtime viewers will, their jaws will drop. But Gambit was in that version, okay? And I still enjoyed it because Peter David was writing it. And they still canceled it. So you can't let it get to that thing, you know? And Dune, yes, this is like actually the, I want to say the second or third miniseries, Dune miniseries they've done. And I believe, if I remember correctly, I think it's Boom. It's either Boom or IDW, one of the two. But yes, that is it. All right, my friends, that is it. We are done. This is what your May 4th looks like. And I hope you have a great one. May the 4th be with you. And also, this coming weekend could potentially be Free Comic Book Day. So I got to see if I can get the store in shape before then, as to whether I'm going to be participating or not. But yeah, that is it. If you need to get in touch with me somehow, there are other ways to do it. I actually do own a comic book store. I don't just do this for fun. There is a reason. And to also help inform and entertain. There is the Facebook, World Comics CT, and also Instagram and Twitter. And if you saw anything you're interested in, you want to get it, just get in touch with me. Any of those ways, I'm on social medias, unfortunately, and you can do that, and I can get you the books. And yeah, also I do occasionally some gaming stuff at night. If you are not subscribed, I haven't seen the analytics, so I don't know what are the ratio of subscribers to non-subscribers. But if you're not, consider doing that, and you can watch me. Usually Lego Star Wars, maybe a Fortnite every now and then. But GTA 4 too. But yes, just relaxing and talking. So that is it. Thank you guys for watching, and also have a great New Comic Book Day.